This is Ashley Hodge. I'm joined by King McClure, and we're with Sikkim 365. We're going to talk about the Baylor NBA draft prospects. And let's start with Davion Mitchell. He's projected to be a lottery pick. He's a guy that I like to compare him to Kyle Lowry, Drew Holiday. You know, those are some NBA comparisons that I think are apt comparisons. But let's look at the film and let's look at and see, you know, how he does and some highlights here. Most of these are from the NCAA tournament. That was a kick out to Jared for a three. Finds the open man well. He moves the ball extremely well. Now this is a play. All right, now this is the play we want to highlight here. So let's stop that. Rewind. I mean, look at the job he does on this screen and roll. And, you know, Jonathan sets a great screen. And when he comes around the screen here, the release point for the alley-oop was perfect. Doesn't give the defense time to recover and throws a perfect pass at the rim.
Yeah, also the ball placement in the air. This is not an easy pass because you have one guy, the guy who's guarding the guy in the corner is supposed to be the tag man because they got an empty side. Supposed to slide over. He puts it in a place where only John can get the ball, and the small guard has no chance.
Absolutely.
Perfect ball placement.
Terrific pass.
Terrific
Great
pass.
finish by John.
This is another one I wanted to highlight right here. Just run this back. Off the catch. He's so hard to keep out of the lane. So his ability to take this angle, get to the paint, and when he gets to the paint, he can find people.
Terrific cut by Maceo.
Terrific cut. Now, that was a great cut by Maceo. But Davion
has no clue.
he has no idea. But Davion's ability to get to the lane opens up everything for the offense.
Sure.
And I think that's the area where that would really translate in his game, especially going to NBA.
Great no-look pass there. Draws a double team, dishes it to the open man. Yeah, his passing ability is really underrated. I mean, people are going to talk about his defense, and that's really what's going to be the number one focus, but he's a great facilitator.
He can really find people, and this right here is what's going to make him a lot of money in the NBA. Look at the recovery speed. Hold on, backed it up too far.
He's a lockdown defender.
Look at the recovery speed. Number one, he's playing out of a closeout. So he has to go from there to there on a closeout. He gets beat. His ability to go from here to here and still block the shot, the recovery speed.
And even if you don't block it, affecting the shooter.
Is impressive.
Yes.
Because that right there is what will get you paid. Look, gets beat on the, I backed it up too far once again. The recovery speed of the closeout, gets beat, still able to get the block. That will make him a lot of money in the NBA.
Tremendous. Saw a lot of that over the 2 years that he was at Baylor. Grabs a steal.
Being in the gap right there. Because he realizes his man is all the way up here.
Yep.
Nobody's going to shoot that.
Right.
So his defensive IQ to go help, knowing that his man is this far out, defensive instincts also is going to get him paid too.
And I love how he just transitions to offense immediately there. You know, head up, get a layup for Matt. Another transition to offense.
This is impressive. He can heat up the ball at any moment.
Jared wide open layup. Oh, this was one of my favorite plays in the tournament. You know, his ability to read that pass and immediately turn it into a situation. That was a big play too.
Yeah, big point of the game.
Yeah,
he can also finish.
Yeah.
That's an area of his game that I really, really like. His ability, he's so athletic, he can draw the contact and still finish.
Right.
Through with the big contest.
Where he really improved this year was his three-point shooting. He went from 32, 33% to mid-40s.
Yeah.
And I know didn't come by accident. He puts a lot of time in the gym. But his ability to get his feet square and just, release it on balance is elite.
I think that's what turned him into an NBA player. Yeah. I think last year he could do everything that we're seeing, but he could not shoot. And I think his ability to shoot turned him into maybe a late second rounder to a lottery pick. Because everybody knew he had game. Right. The biggest question mark was, can you shoot the three consistently?
And what would you say about someone that says, is it an aberration? I mean, he was a good shooter in high school.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think it's an aberration. You look at his form. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's pure.
Yeah.
And he's got a high enough volume where I think this is what we're going to see in the NBA as well. But what would you say to that potential concern that, this was a one-year wonder?
No, I don't think so. Because I think a lot of times shooting is all confidence. And I think Davion saw the ball go in so many times during his practices and late nights in the gym. Like, I knew he could shoot. Right. So when I was working out with him, seeing him putting all that extra work, I saw that. I saw him be able to get how to make shots. He just wasn't confident when it comes game time.
Oh, this play. I want to rewind that.
Yeah.
I mean, first of all,
hold on.
Looking at Timmy here. Okay. So Timmy comes out here and slips, but that's...
But first off, Drew Timmy, on any time you down the screen, Drew Timmy should be right here automatically. Right. So this is really Timmy's fault.
Yeah.
However, Davion.
But then his change of speed and ability to get to the hole after he changes speed.
Oh my goodness.
And Suggs is like, I don't know what to do about that.
Oh my goodness, that's nasty. He's just so hard to contain.
Yeah. He took that Villanova game over.
He's so hard to keep in front. And he get to the cup and almost whenever he wants to because of his explosion, his change of pace. It's just so hard. And this right here will also be a key skill.
Yeah.
Takes his time on the ball screen. So he sees the guard go under on the first screen. So he calls for the rescreen so he can set him lower. Because the guard cannot go into the second screen. So sees that. Calls for an instant rescreen and puts this guard right here, puts him in jail. Because now he's playing behind Davion. So when he's playing behind Davion, now Davion has his options. He can shoot the jumper, shoot the floater, or if flow rolls a little bit harder, kick out. If flow rolls a little bit harder, he can throw this lob right here. But he makes the right decision right here. This big is basically what you're reading. 2-on-1 situation, because this guy's out to play because he's behind now. Makes the right decision, shoots the floater. Yep. Easy.
I mean, he's got NBA athleticism. We talked about Kate Cunningham earlier. We don't know like we think he does, but Davion definitely has NBA athleticism.
Yeah.
No question about it.
And Davion's also 22 years old. I mean, he's ready to make an impact on any NBA roster. I saw Mike Smith came out with an article that said Davion is the most NBA-ready prospect right now.
He's a pro. Like the way he approaches the game, his maturity, his work ethic, he's a pro. He showed that at Baylor. He showed it in the NCAA run, obviously.
This is a skill that translates as well. Being able to shoot the three off of the dribble, especially in the NBA. A lot of those guys, you really rarely ever get catch and shoot threes. Being able to shoot off the dribble, create your shot off the bounce, rise up and knock it down consistently, that is an NBA skill that would translate. And he does this very well. He loves the rhythm dribble, loves to get into his 1-2, get into the rhythm. That right there is just filthy. Let's run that back. Ha!
Houston plays good defense. He's doing these against good defensive teams here.
Ooh.
Yeah, he set the tone early in that game. This play right here. Makes it 7-0. Gonzaga doesn't know what hit him.
Oh, hold on. And that right there, being able to shoot the three off the bounce is something. Just along with the defense, the athleticism, the explosion. Probably looking at $1 million man right here. Honestly, to be honest, we might see tens of hundreds of millions with this guy because
I think he's a guy.
He has potential.
If injuries are kind to him, he's probably going to be in the league for 10+ years.
Yeah.
Finds the open man, unselfish player. You've been watching NBA Draft Previews with Ashley Hodge and King McClure. We've talked about the 4 Baylor guys that have left with the national championship, and now they're on to professional careers. We got Davion Mitchell, Jared Butler, Maceo Teague, and Mark Vidal.